this is an Isaiah Stewart question, and I've had conversations with people that obviously hear stuff sometimes with him. And do you think that he does get moved or he does get traded? Because his name has been just circulating around like Knicks talk. His name has been circulated around Pelicans beat reporters. They're because they still need a center, but I don't really know how that works cap space wise, unless we're absorbing some salary, but we really don't have that much cap space left. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they decide to move Isaiah Stewart this offseason?
As of right now, I'm going to say no. I think right now we're looking at Isaiah Stewart being moved possibly at the if he gets moved for that matter.
Yeah.
At the trade deadline or next offseason. I don't see him being moved before the offseason. I don't know what type of trade I think there's something there for the Pelicans. Excuse me. I think the Pelicans might be enticed to give up some assets because they do need a center. But when it comes to the Knicks, I just don't know what the Knicks have to offer that the Pistons would necessarily want. I mean, I got to go look at their roster again, but just off the top of my head, I don't see what type of Knicks deal makes sense for him for the Pistons. But I mean, the Pelicans, they have a couple pieces the Pistons might be able to snag from there. But I think if he gets traded, that's going to be somewhere near the deadline, or somewhere maybe around December, January, where a team is in need of a center. They got to go ahead and make that move.
Yeah, I think for the Knicks, you'd probably think of Mitchell Robinson like right away. Mm-hmm. Maybe you get your first round pick protections back. I doubt the Knicks want to do that.
Probably not.
I doubt they want to do that. Kind of given what they gave up for Mikal Bridges, which tip their cap to them. Didn't sound like James Dolan was too happy about all this stuff over the past couple of weeks, saying it's unfair. I know some people in the chat are mentioning Deuce McBride. I feel like Deuce McBride, like if they got Deuce McBride for Isaiah Stewart, that would just be a win in itself. But I doubt the Knicks would trade him just because, given the type of contract he's on, it's really cheap, and he's probably one of Tom Thibodeau's favorite players because he can play high 30s, high 40s every single night without getting injured. But I really don't think he gets moved. I don't. To your point, maybe it's during the trade deadline, if there are offers there, because every time we talk about Isaiah Stewart in trade rumors, there's tons of contenders that are interested. OKC, New Orleans, Boston. Obviously, the contenders see the type of value he does bring. And I think as a Piston fan, that should kind of tell you something of the type of player he is. I just think, recently the Pistons have been kind of just playing him as a spot-up shooter and not really like what his strengths are. And I'm assuming JB Bickerstaff can kind of play to his strengths.
Yeah, that's also the other thing. I mean, I've liked Stewart more. I've seen the best of Stewart when he's been playing in the post, as opposed to trying to make this guy as a stretch forward. And again, it's no disrespect to him, but I believe that we've seen the best of him being that bully ball, being that enforcer in the low post, as opposed to just stepping on the 3-point line and taking shots. I mean, granted, yeah, he's shown an ability to hit them, but he's also shown an ability to go very, very cold for significant stretches from beyond the arc. And when you bringing in guys like a Tobias Harris, you're seeing Klintman showing some signs of being able to do something. You still got Fred Vincent, who's going to be working with Ron Holland, a guy that's dedicated to making his shot better, and a guy that I think could really end up being maybe a stretch for it at some point in his career. Do you really need to focus on Stewart being that type of guy? No. I think as a backup center, he has a place in this league, and he's like you said, he has a familiarity with the team. The chemistry is already there. The Pistons front court rotation with those guys, I believe, is already solidified. So at least for right now, I don't see him getting moved before the season starts. If he gets moved before the season starts, I think it's part of a big deal.
Yeah, and a bigger move down the future because all the deals that they made are 1 to 2 years. Like it's not like a lot of money long term on their books. So obviously they have a bigger plan. Maybe in free agency, they feel like in a year or two they'll be able to try to like get certain type of players, but you never really know. I don't really think he's going to get moved either.